Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Drew here, the founder and CEO of Best Buds Premium Hemp Products, where we bring you guys the best cannabis products and education. Today, you guys are joining me in my office where I smoke a lot of cannabis flower. And while there's a ton of great options for smoking cannabis flower, I personally prefer joints for tasting my flower, and specifically pre-rolled cones. So today I wanted to go through with you guys and kind of show you the process for packing my cones and how to ensure a smooth and consistent burn throughout the process. To do so, we are going to use Best Buds Mustard Berry, which is indoor cultivated here in Charleston, South Carolina. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on with this flower. This is one of my favorite hemp flowers. It's got a really nice berry to it. It's got a nice skunk to it as well. Definitely great for middle of the day. Not too overly relaxing, but also not overly stimulating as well. So to start off, we are going to be using our grinder. You don't have to use a grinder. You can certainly use your hands to break down cannabis flower, but for the ease of everything, a grinder is obviously preferred. And don't make fun of me for my Rick and Morty stuff. So one of the most important things when you're making cones is when you see this flower here, you see these stems, you're just going to want to make sure that when you're breaking flower off, you're going to want to get rid of those stems. So take this little bud here, go ahead and remove this stem. And what that's going to do is make sure that you don't have anything that's going to poke or stick through your cone whenever you're trying to pack your cone. So this in total is about 2 grams. We're going to use essentially this entire thing for the cone. So let's go ahead and break this bud on down. And get to grinding. All right. So now for grinding, it doesn't really matter how you stack it in here. But for me personally, I just like to put things in little small pieces. Again, making sure that I remove those excess stems and just kind of putting those off to the side. The smell of this stuff is so good when you get to breaking it up. Definitely got no mustard, no smell of mustard, nothing. I don't know where the name of mustard berry comes from, or where the mustard comes from a mustard berry, but the berry is most certainly there. And I guess the mustard is just going to be kind of the skunk that accompanies the berry. But definitely one of my favorite strands. Shout out to our local cultivators. Much love to you guys. And again, we're just breaking this into small buds, taking out the excess stem, putting it to the side, and grinding our flower. I like to give it like 3 turns, give it a little knock, and then 3 turns again. You just don't want to grind up too much. If you do, it's not that big of a deal. It'll just make flour pack a little bit too tight, which you kind of want to avoid. So once you get everything ground up, you're just going to want to basically put your grinder off to the side. And the most important part of packing a cone is making sure that whenever you start to fill down here, you want a nice strong support. So the first little scoop you're going to want to get, make sure it's kind of hefty. You can kind of just twist it as you start to assist the flower into the cone. Just kind of twist it around and then let that stuff just kind of fall down in there. Now once that flower kind of falls in there, we're going to give it a nice tight pack here at the start. And what that's going to do is make sure our cone doesn't get flimsy. Make sure that we don't have any breaks or anything like that. So you're going to want a strong support there at the base. Once you get the support started, just go ahead and fill the cone up. Again, making sure that we don't pack too tight. We want a consistent, smooth burn throughout. So don't overpack, go about there. Let that settle again. And then we're gonna wanna go ahead and pack it down in there again. Making sure that we get it consistent, making sure that we're pressing it evenly and smoothly throughout the cone. And keeping a nice tight pack in there. So you can see flimsy here, really tight there. Keeping the cone in its form throughout the process is extremely important. Once these things kind of bend or get twisted up, they're definitely a little bit harder to manage and to work with. So just take your time. Make sure the cone stays upright. Make sure you don't get any bends. Fill up as much flour as you think is necessary, and then pack it in. And again, we're going to want to make sure that we fill any kind of gap that's forming. We want to make sure we press the flour completely down in there. Nice tight pack in there. Keep it going. Now, like I said, we started with about 2 grams, about 2.2 grams. Looking like we might have a little bit left over. Just keep on packing. There's really no trick to it. Just make sure that it's consistent, make sure that it's smooth, and make sure that you're not packing it too tightly. When you pack it too tightly, you kind of clog the airflow, which is going to keep things from burning consistently, which is the opposite of what you want. So you're going to want to pack. Get it to about here. You don't have to twist your cones. However, personally, I always like to. So you see we have a little bit more room here, and then we have a little bit left to grab. So I'm going to put a tiny bit more bud in here. Packing it all the way to the top. And then once we get it filled all the way to the top, we're just going to kind of press it down there one last time. Make sure you got it all the way in there. Smoothly packed, no air holes. Just give this a tight little twist. Nothing crazy here. This is just preference. You definitely don't even need to do this if you don't want. I like to pinch my comb. Make sure nothing's going to fall out if I decide to travel with it or if I want to go somewhere with it. And we're done. Mustard berry indoor cultivated hemp flower, rolled, ready to smoke. Let's put the lighter to this bad boy. Even burn, even combustion, that's what you want. All the way down. We don't want any running, we want a consistent burn. That nice sweet berry across with that little mustard funk to it. And again, you can see it's burning cleanly, consistently. That's what you want. Last thing you want is a joint running, burning down here while the other side is still up top. Every time you hit it, you should see a clean combustion zone, an even smooth burn. Just like that. And you're all good to go. I hope you guys find this video useful. I'm going to continue to smoke this thing on down and we'll see how it burns straight on through. So thanks for watching out. If you have any questions, post them down below in the comments and we'll go ahead and take care of it. Check out our website, bestbudsbff.com. We have a full line of hemp flower, CBD pre-rolls, anything you can really want in the hemp spectrum. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys find this video useful. So we're about halfway through this joint. We see a good consistent burn throughout, all the way down, which is all that we want, man. Very smooth cannabis, very smooth flower. Nice little 2-gram pre-roll, probably about, I don't know, 60% of the way through. So I'm gonna go ahead and stomp this bad boy out. But you can see that we got the right layout. So thanks for watching, guys.